threatens the state's fruit industry.
The fate of a zoo tiger which mauled a 6-year-old New South Wales boy.
And decision day for the state's Year 12 students as they learn about their exam results.
First in news, this is 10 Eyewitness News with George Danikian and Nikki Dwyer.
Students have achieved perfect scores in their final year examinations. Together with 16,000 other students, they received their long-awaited results today.
It was an early start for posties this morning, their delivery bags crammed with Year 12 results. For most students, the nerves couldn't stand it any longer.
Thank you. Yes, I am. Thank you.
The final year certificate is the culmination of 12 or 13 years of schooling. Results will help shape the student's future.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
This year, 12 South Australians achieved a score of 20 out of 20 in 5 or more subjects. That's 2 more than last year. Top of the list was 17-year-old St Peter's College student Andrew Moey. He achieved a perfect score in 7 subjects, which will ensure his entry into medicine at Adelaide University next year. Andrew, who's also a performing pianist, says he wasn't expecting top marks.
There's always those, 1 or 2 doubts, when those last 1 or 2 marks in each subject, which you're always hazy about. And it was just lucky.
Not far behind is 17-year-old wilderness student Rebecca Black. She's confident a perfect score in 5 subjects will also get her into medicine. She says her secret to success was 5 hours study per night and lots of exercise.
It's an honour, really. I'm really pleased about it, I guess. Always aimed to achieve high, and it's really great. I don't think I'm ever going to forget this day.
But the top marks aren't just reserved for the teenagers. 56-year-old Candy McClay went back to school after more than 40 years and received a 20 out of 20 for textiles.
The schools are structured now to accept adults on an everyday basis, and they have a great time. They make so many friends. They learn a lot about themselves.
This year she plans to continue her education here and in Thailand, and one day hopes to teach. Of the 12 perfect scores, 8 were achieved by females, and private schools had the edge on public schools in the number of high achievers. Katrina Stapleton, 10 News.
Next in sport.
7 Nightly News.
Tonight, the 2-year-old toddler saved by a phone call.
Police uncover a huge drug crop in the Murray Mallee.
And the wait is over. For Year 12 students, the future was in the mail today. 12 students, the wait is finally over. For some, getting that piece of paper in today's mail was extra special. More than 900 students top scored in at least one subject.
Emily Hackett-Jones had been waiting anxiously for today to arrive, and she couldn't hide her nerves or her excitement when she opened the envelope.
Oh, God. I've got 3 20s and 2 19s, so I'm really happy. I didn't expect to do as well as this.
The former Annesley College student wants to study science at Adelaide Uni.
I got 3 20s and 2 19s.
Oh, my goodness.
St Peter's College student Andrew Moey also had something to celebrate. He's one of a dozen Year 12s who achieved a maximum 20 out of 20 for all subjects, and Andrew even did extra subjects.
It's a bit of confusion, really, because I actually did 6 subjects, but music as a subject, they seem to split it into 2 sections.
Andrew wants to study medicine at Adelaide Uni. More than 16,000 students were enrolled in Year 12. 902 achieved a top score of 20 out of 20 in at least one subject. Anyone who has inquiries about results can ring a special hotline number 373 0599, or for country students 1800 652 230.
University offers will be published in the paper on January the 20th. Changes to course preferences need to be made by this Friday. Tricia Karp, 7 Nightly News.
Tonight, the Goss government's future in doubt as its dumped candidate rebels. A fruit fly outbreak to cost local growers millions. And Ponting and Bevan team again to salvage Australia. Results today brought surprise and joy for 12 South Australian students. They all received merits for every subject they studied last year.
For thousands of students, the long wait is finally over. And for 12 of them, the result was well worth waiting for. 8 female and 4 male students obtained the maximum subject score of 20 out of 20 in 5 or more subjects.
I couldn't believe it. I was just overwhelmed, really, I think. I was sort of shocked. Couldn't think of anything to say. It was just great. Oh, no, I'll never forget this as long as I live. I think it's just been a wonderful day, really exciting, and everything's gone great.
Wilderness School student Rebecca Black expected to do well, but didn't anticipate a perfect score. The high score puts Rebecca well on the way to fulfilling her ambition to work in the field of cancer research. And although Year 12 is a demanding year, Rebecca advises prospective students not to give up relaxation time.
Work hard, believe in yourself, always believe you can do it, and have a healthy lifestyle. Just keep doing all sorts of things that you enjoy doing, and don't give it all up, because it'll really help you.
St Peter's College student Andrew Moey achieved a perfect score in 7 subjects. He didn't want to drop music or French in Year 12, so he increased his workload to include 7 subjects. He also agrees students need an outlet to alleviate their stress. And for Andrew, playing the piano provided that outlet.
People who are going to take Matric shouldn't sort of change your whole lifestyle dramatically or anything. Just sort of be a bit more focused.
Andrew hopes to pursue a medical career specialising in surgery.
Ray Moynihan. The annual nail-biting ritual for high school students around Australia has ended for another year with the release today of Year 12 results in New South Wales and South Australia. Other states received theirs just a few days ago. No doubt a wonderful moment for those who hit the top, the next generation of the country's best and brightest. So what motivates them? What lies ahead? And what impact has success had on those who've done it before them? Ben Cheshire reports.
Everybody over this side, we still have normal customers coming through that we still have to serve, okay?
6 a.m. this morning, Chatswood Post Office in suburban Sydney, and the moment of truth for these high school students.
Oh, it's got to be on there.
Thank you. I've been working so hard for 12 months, I'm telling you. If it's nothing I like more, it's satisfaction.
It's been brought out to be our whole future is based on these results, but I don't think that's true. Still, really scared though, I don't know.
Maybe you should open it.
I don't want to. I don't even want to know my marks.
Rightly or wrongly, it remains true that for most students, 12 years of schooling comes down to that one piece of paper. They're told it's their ticket to a good career, if they can survive the pressure.
I see no signs anywhere in the world or in Australia of a diminution in the emphasis on that final examination and assessment of students leaving school.
Come on, you guys! A bit more crazy!
And these are the students who seemingly thrived on the pressure. They're the top 11 in New South Wales, with perfect scores of 100 in the tertiary entrance rank. And best of the best is 17-year-old Sally Yu, who topped the state in 3 of her 5 subjects.
Well, I want to do medicine this year at New South Wales, and expecting the TER to be something around 99.5, I knew I had to work hard if I wanted to get in, and that's where I want to be. So I guess that was a motivation enough. This is S12. This is one of the science labs that we have at Abbottsley. When I was at Year 12, we used to spend about 8 or 9 hours each week sitting here doing physics and chemistry for Foynet Science. It's just like 4 months ago, we had a class of about 15 girls sitting here studying hard for our exams, and it's hard to believe that it's all over and we've got our results back and we're all ready to start university.
Well, I remember that time. It was a terrible year. I hated the experience, and it's not something I'd wish on my worst enemy.
Marcus Lim was the top scorer in the New South Wales HSC for 1992. 4 years later, he's doing what he wanted to do, studying law, and right now doing a summer clerkship at a big law firm.
Yeah, Section 37 here raises the issue of the overseas agents' remuneration. Okay. And I think we'll need to sort out exactly what their rights and obligations are.
Coming top in that exam didn't change his life, he says, but it did open doors, and it still seems to impress employers.
Oh, I can't deny that. It is an impressive thing to, well, in their eyes, so I hear, to come first to the HSC, but I don't think that that's really only 1% of what they're looking for. Ultimately, they want people who can work, who can solve problems, who have a practical aspect, who can do more than just academic studies. And that really isn't sufficient. They want to see what else you've done.
Andrew Moey found out today he got a perfect score in music, but in the long run he plans to use these steady hands for surgery. Named as equal top student in South Australia, he achieved perfect scores in 7 subjects, 2 more than what's required, all because he couldn't bring himself to give up his interests in French and the piano.
My outlet was playing the piano because I've been playing that since I was 6 or something. So I really enjoy it now, and it's really good to sort of cool off in front of the keyboard. So I took music as a subject, so that's even better. I had a reason to practice.
Well, I did win a prize from Alliance Francaise in 1995, and that's a trip to France. So I'm debating at the moment whether to take the year off and spend the year in France or whether to start uni. I change my mind every day, so I still haven't decided.
Anthea Prestage is 16 years old and already facing a career dilemma. Having won the prize as Western Australia's top-scoring student, should she take the scholarship to France or pursue her first love, maths? The irony is she scored much higher than she needs to for that, and she doesn't think the high score will make much difference to her career.
Perhaps when people see that on my resume, it might be the opening to an interview or something like that, but it probably won't have an awful lot of influence in the future. It was more personally for me, for satisfaction for my achievements. I felt happiness for myself, for my family, for my school.
Even for these top students, the postman doesn't bring entirely good news. With the high marks comes pressure to keep on achieving at that level.
I really don't feel the pressure to get the really fabulous marks that perhaps people think I should. I want to do well enough to satisfy myself, and that's really what I've done.
And have the actual academic results tapered down a little bit?
Well, I think probably a better way to say that is that I've become a little bit more balanced, hopefully.
And in 5 or 10 years' time, will that HSC certificate be framed and hanging proudly on the wall?
Probably be in an old photo album stashed away somewhere to bring out in 100 years.
Where is that HSC certificate now?
It's at home in my filing cabinet, and it gets trotted out for job interviews and that sort of thing. Not that I've actually ever used it, so it's basically sitting there gathering data.
Ben Cheshire.
Hello? Yes, yep. She speaks so fast. Can I please, is Daryl in or not? Is Andrew here? Andrew Moy? Hello? Okay. Victoria who? Hello? Hi, Deb. That's me. Oh, bye. Channel 10. Hello? Okay. Yes, that's me. Not bad, yep. Yep, sure. See you. Bye. Hello? Yes, that's it. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. That's me. Thanks, bye. ABC.
First, did you expect to do so well? What do you attribute your success to? I'll ask a bit about, did you find the year stressful? What you did to, alleviate the stress, probably.
So I really enjoy it now, and it's really good to sort of cool off in front of the people.
So when school got a bit stressful, you were able to escape to the piano?
Yeah, that's right. And it was good as well because it was helping my studies as well because I took music as a subject. So that's even better. I had a reason to practice and that makes it better.
And what will you do now? You've enrolled with first choice to study medicine?
Yes, and so I'll get into that course and hopefully planning to do something in the surgery side. Something like that. That's what I'm interested in.
So hoping to specialise?
Mm.
And so where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
5 years time? I'll still be studying. It's 6 years of course. And then hopefully I'll graduate after that basic course and look for some other stuff.
Do you feel as though there'll be pressure at you when you're at university to perform so well, given that you've done so well in school?
Well, what I hear from my uni students, not my uni students, but friends who are in university, they say that it's a lot more relaxed. All of them agree that year 12 is the most stressful because everyone's trying to get places and things like that. But once you get into the university, I suppose a lot of it's up to you how much you want to do things like that. So I suppose it will be more relaxed, although you still have to do the work.
And why did you choose to do more than 5 subjects in final years?
Well, I'm pretty good at maths 1, 2, physics and chem, so I found that those were the ones I wanted to keep. But I also liked French a lot because that was also another outlet I had. It was quite relaxing. We only had 4 people in the class, but nevertheless, it was a lot of fun because our teacher really joined with us. We only spoke French during the class, and it was like immersed in French. That was really useful. And I chose music because I just couldn't drop that because I've been doing that for so long. I couldn't just get out of the routine just like that. So I had to practice. I knew I had to practice even though if I wouldn't have done the subject music, I still wanted to practice. So you might as well make it useful.
So you must feel really relieved today knowing that you've got into the course that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's good. Thanks.
Just hold it, was it?
Yep.
Can you say that?
Just going to get a couple of shots now.
Are you doing medicine at that point?
Yeah, that's right. I think only Adelaide takes undergraduate medicine now.
Oh, right. Flinders.
Yeah, Flinders don't only take postgraduate.
Oh, right.
So you have to do a degree before, and also something like the Minister of Education, something they've cut 10 places out of the medical entries. So now they're only 19 instead of 100.
Oh, right.
Last year they were 100.
Last year, 19. And Angela, just you talk for a few seconds?
All right.
Just look at Angela.
You look like I did talking. So do you know anyone at
Just
who's
keep going.
studying medicine? Do you know what to expect?
Just keep going. Angela, just you keep going. Don't ask a question.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple of friends who studied medicine and one gone on to specialise as well.
That's it.
And it's just so demanding. Now. Yep.
No, we want to get along. Another Jeffrey.
That way.
I'll introduce something.
Yeah.
This dog has got lovely hair and he's allowed to cut him. Oh, it looks terrible. Look at him. He looks terrible and she was so annoying.
Oh, it's soft.
He's got lovely hair. We came back from holiday and his hair was so long. And we decided to cut. Look at him. Awful.
One of my last year's choice.
You are listening to your hair. Very exciting. Oh dear, the phone hasn't stopped. And then it got received. Yes, yes, because our meal comes in the afternoon. So we decided to go pick it up here for some
So you've got the results you have it?
Yes.
And where is it? Not here? No.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. Do you want that, Roger?
It'd be handy, because it's not here, it's not here. Where is it?
Do you want to look out?
Yeah, no, it's not here.
Do what to keep
Just
it?
have a look at them, yeah. Is that possible? Well, yeah.
Yeah, we need it.
Where are your room doors? Show us where your hands are going to start in the room. Okay, just stick your hands out, please. Sure, go ahead. No, it's very close. Okay. I'll tell you when the train, okay? Okay, away you go. Straight up. No, I got it. I got it. It's okay. It's okay. You have to take it and shake it. Okay? You shake my hand. And look like your freezes. Look like you're excited for Andrew, alright? Once he does it. Okay. Okay, Andrew. Hey, Dan.
I bet you have. You've had everyone here, wouldn't you? Just about. Yeah.
You did a good job in that.
Okay, thank you. Oh, you've been getting good at this, look at me.
No, the camera. Get the obvious questions in the vein. Why did you do so?
You just want to be important the way we work this thing, yeah. Just stay there. It'll be great.
Yeah, why did you do 7 subjects?
7. Well, it's a bit of a confusion really because I actually did 6 subjects, but music as a subject, they seem to split it into two parts, 2 sections. One is it's called the solo performance section where you just do practical stuff, and the other one's the theoretical part. For some reason they've sort of separated it, and it's registered as 2 sort of separate subjects, which is quite fortunate. But that's the way it is. So I've really counted it as 6. I've sort of treated the music, parts as 1 subject. So it's not really 7.
But you still did an extra one?
Yeah, I did the extra one. I sort of looked at music as the extra one because I've done it for some time.
Okay, come out and do something.
Ask him to come up. Play with your dog, Andrew.
Jangles and you can follow it.
Mac, come here. Come here. Mac, here. He's wondering what's happening.
Need to start on the show now. Yeah. You can do some tricks if you want. Can he?
You don't know, but both of you are stars of this show.
Oh, that's okay.
I want one of those dogs now.
Oh dear.
Are you going?
Oh, look at him.
I'll just get down again.
Ask him to roll over, Andrew. Oh, yes.
Wait.
Oh, look at him.
Okay, if you walk in from just the corner there of the grass, you just walk to about here,
You get to do a few tricks.
Yeah.
Can we get the dog to start over here? Is that possible?
Can you walk? You walk. He'll follow you, Andrew.
You stay there, Andrew. Yeah. We get the dog
Take
over
him
there.
over. But he'll bolt across as soon as
Okay. So
He
when I
hasn't
go-
gone to a dog
when I say
school.
go,
That's a trouble.
Once I go, you can let the dog go and you can walk in, okay? Okay, off you go.
Big. Up. Okay, roll over.
Shake your hands. Oh.
There's a hole there. That's when he gets some close-ups now doing the same thing.
Doesn't need to go to dog school, does he?
That's his whole repertoire.
That's all he can do. It's very impressive.
Oh, Mackie. Clever boy.
I don't want your voice in it.
Roll over. Roll over. Roll over.
You want to shake hands?
From there, you just walk up to him and just have a bit of a chat. You know,
Okay.
you look at the dog and you stay there, Andrew. No.
What do you want me to do?
Your starring moment, Lord.
Oh, right. What did you do, Andrew?
Alright, good luck, Mum.
You're not cameraing it, Mom.
It's not working.
You're not recording.
I am, dear.
The red light.
Where?
Press the red button.
I have.
Oh yeah. Wait.
This on.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, it is on. Andrew, are you comfortable there?
Are these your only two children?
Yes. My husband is at work and he's been ringing home because there's all this excitement at home and he's been ringing home and the last of him like
What's the dog like? Back. Big smile. I just turn the board.
A dog did smile.
you can tell. His tongue sticks out. He's very satisfied. And he's At the moment, we don't worry about that.
At the moment, it's unimportant.
That's right.
It's unimportant.
Yes.
Oh, he's perfect.
Last year, one of the shoes that we had, we did a couple of photos and watching it, so, we can listen to it.
No, she's only 10. Yes, our next exciting thing will be the prize winners, especially tennis and medal. That's always exciting.
I should know that soon, actually.
Yeah, we will. That might come out with the merit awards.
I think it will come out on, I think I'm getting out on Friday. Either Thursday or Friday. They said Friday, I'm not sure if it's Friday, so Saturday, or the other way around.
Yeah, always some nice stories there.
Well, Cotswold there? Changing, obviously.
Yeah, it's been very exciting. It is, as you said, it's very
Wait a minute, huh?
everybody. Kids work hard,
I think they,
staff work hard.
they tend to sort of bring each other on as well, so have a very good start. It tends to...
You can bring out that extra
Oh,
little
definitely.
bit that can make the difference between 19 and 20. This is a real photo session this time.
Once we get there.
That'll be nice. Did you get a holiday break?
2 days. 2 days? It's pretty pathetic, really. In fact, it was only really 1 day, because I only got the Boxing Day off because I'd worked Sunday, so it was really...
So what were you reporting on this morning? Any education?
I had a few, funnily enough, a few school things to do. I had a few reports and things that came out. That's hard, but I did a few general things about people working on Christmas and those sort of stories that you do every year.
Did you do the Princess Sunboat?
No. My son did that, which I'm quite pleased about because I'm here to go up on Christmas Eve and But it was quite good for him because he used to go to KFC. So
he would have loved it. Yeah, that would have been sort of an act of love.
Yeah, quite fun. It's pretty much breaking in, but it's both very nice.
Andrew, don't do that.
As you were saying, he's just sort of haircut and everything. I think it looks alright.
The dog.
Oh, the dog! I thought you meant Andrew. What sort of dog is he?
Were you home when your phone call came? No, we actually went to the post office in the morning.
At 8:30 in the evening. Is it the only post office or the...
Yes, because our mail they don't come, it doesn't come till the afternoon.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you did do that.
About half past 2 o'clock. So, you know, we wouldn't have known, if we hadn't gone to the post office. That was
I suppose you wouldn't have known that you were going to get one. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I love I did London is great. Let's do it. I look at now, I think it's going to shop and clothes. That's what my London style. I was thinking, I told Jenny what colour you look like it. They pay you less because it's what everybody wants to shop, basically. So you know.
You know what difference between the colours?
In London,
oh, you're in Paris.
my husband is in you know, you could afford like one bedroom flat in the middle of London. It's very nice. Most people don't even have that. But it's a shopping that they don't over here. I've heard that actually.
Prepared for bushfires. Yesterday's Milo blaze was brought under control without incident, but the rest of the week is expected to be hot and dangerous. Experts
1995. But their real attention is focused on this school year and working toward an end of a pay dispute which has plagued public schools since 1994. The government's latest offer, a package worth an extra $90 a week to many teachers.
So teachers, principals and parents in schools will see this as a very attractive and reasonable offer that taxpayers can afford.
The teachers' union disagrees, claiming the offer ignores demands that class workloads be reduced.
We want improvements in wages, but also in class size and workload in schools.
A less than enthusiastic response to this offer inflames what already is a protracted and bitter dispute. Hundreds of teachers will walk off the job at lunchtime this Friday to consider a formal reply, one now almost certain to involve even wider industrial action.
Further industrial action is more stoppages and and more strikes in order to be able to achieve our claim.
Most students affected by Friday's stoppage will be dismissed before lunch. Andrew Rutter, National 9 News.
In the mood today as the state's top academic honours were handed out, but there's certainly no harmony in the teachers' pay and conditions war. The Education Minister's peace plan of an extra $90 a week, extra holidays for training, extra technology funding and extra teacher support has not gone down extra well.
Our members are committed to having a wage increase and an improvement in workload and an improvement in class size. They're not going to just give up on that at this stage.
Most of the promised funding comes from outside the education budget, but the Teachers Institute says the 12% rise, which would cost taxpayers $93 million, is not good enough. Their weapon is a federal award push of 15% or $115 extra per week.
We can't go any further, but we believe teachers and parents and principals there in schools will see it as being a fair and reasonable offer, even though the teachers' union reps may not.
The state school system will be disrupted on Friday as striking teachers discuss the Lucas offer, which they're likely to reject. Sayed says our teachers are the country's worst paid, so more strikes are likely until the pay demands are met. Mike Smithson, 7 Nightly News.
Hindley Street nightclub owners say they won't bring...
Tonight, John Howard pledges assistance for Australia's young unemployed. The London bus blast casualty believed to be an IRA bomber. And teachers look set to reject the government's latest pay offer. Good evening, Kelly Sloan with ABC News. Telstra was back on centre stage in the election campaign today. On a whistle-stop tour of the New South Wales Central West, Paul Keating pressed his claim that John Howard's privatisation plans will mean higher telephone charges for country consumers. The Liberals counter-attacked with the charge that the ALP is already privatising Telstra by stealth. Political correspondent Jim Middleton.
Rolling through the New South Wales countryside where Labor has seats it must protect and others it still hopes to win.
Some toast? You're more than kind. Thanks.
In the bush, Paul Keating is beating the Telstra drum, hoping John Howard's plan to sell 1/3 of the national telephone company will worry country voters sufficiently to make them vote Labor.
If there's 1/3 of it privately owned, the subsidies will go, and gradually people will be charged the market rate for that which is delivered to them, whether it be a phone connection on a farm or whether it be, distance calls, they'll pay for it.
Maybe Labor's Telstra push is biting in the bush because today the coalition wheeled out campaign director Andrew Robb to contain the damage.
Again today we've got the Prime Minister out...
Translate says up to $90 a week and is threatening to take its claim to the federal industrial arena. But the Brown government says it's made its final offer. State political reporter Susan Harrington.
A proud moment today for the brightest students of 1995. A merit awards ceremony at Government House honouring their achievements. And with the Premier urging students to consider futures in information technology, the battle over the future of our education system is set to flare again. On Friday, teachers will take part in a half-day stoppage. It's expected their union will call on members to reject the state government's latest peace package, which includes a 12% pay rise. The Brown government's offer is conditional on teachers abandoning their push for a 15% rise under the federal award, but it's an ultimatum the union looks set to reject.
On Friday, we'll be determining what action we'll need to take to pursue